Welcome to X-Files, where we discuss social issues, recent events, and everything in between. I'm Shakira, and today we have our guest.
Jizzle, how y'all doing? Blessings to the people.
Blessings to the people. How you been holding up?
I've been hanging in there. I've been hanging in there. I can't complain. I've been loving the favorable weather.
Ah, yeah. Really good
Yeah,
weather. Loving the weather.
yeah, it's a
So
change.
today we're going to get started. I have a question to ask you. It might be a little goofy, but spare me, okay? So,
Okay.
could you date a woman? Let's say hypothetically she's beautiful, right? Everything you ever wanted, but she has man hands.
Oh, that's wow. That is a predicament right there.
Uh
Um, well, is getting her like a pair of mittens an option?
huh.
That's what it may be.
It's your world. It's your world.
um, I can't say that it wouldn't be awkward.
Uh huh.
It definitely would be. It'd be awkward. But is it something that I could get over? Absolutely, I could get
Really?
past it. Yeah, I can get past that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that some men have hand fetishes and like to watch a woman, with her
Right,
hands. So it's like,
right. Yeah, it can get dicey. But I mean, under the situation of saying like, well, she's perfect every other way. She's
uh-huh.
the guy that she wants every other way. And the only downfall is that she has man hands.
Mm,
I think I mean, it's funny, but I don't think it's. I wouldn't say it was an absolute deal breaker. I don't think it would be for most men.
really?
I
Okay.
don't.
Okay. Suppose they were like hairy and naughty, and they're like the old man hands. The old man hands have the little the inflamed knuckles,
Like old mechanic hands.
like old mechanic hands. But she's beautiful.
Right.
Okay, she's gorgeous in every other way, and she is actually a woman. Okay, it's no funny stuff. She's an actual biological woman, but her hands
Okay.
are like old mechanic hands. Could you date her?
Naturally, I would want to know how her hands got that way. Are those street fighting hands or the mechanic hands? What do you do? You know, that is. Oh, I mean, when you say it that way, it really makes it different. It really is a challenge.
I know, right?
It really is because it just don't like if I'm doing the like visualizing in my head, it don't look right. It don't look right. Oh man.
I know. That's like something I always wondered. You know what I mean? Okay, suppose she has this really unattractive laugh. Like she laughs like a donkey whenever she laughs. But she's really pretty. Catch is she loves to laugh. Laughing like every 3 minutes.
How do you tell someone to change their laugh? You know, how do you tell somebody to change their laugh? Um. Hmm, wow. Yeah, because things like that over the course of time. I mean, think about the way that you described it, and then try to imagine that for the rest of your life.
Uh-huh. Okay, let me think. If the roles were reversed, handsome man, he's gorgeous, love his personality, but he has hands like a woman.
Mm.
I think I could. I mean, because it's not like it's not like we're expecting him to uh paint his nails or anything. You know what I mean? So they
I
just a little
mean,
soft.
yeah, I mean, for a woman, I can see that, especially because the alternative would be like really rough masculine hands,
Hmm.
and I don't, from my understanding, I don't think women want it to be as polished and pretty,
Yeah.
but they rather that than them being rough
Yeah.
and ugly.
Yeah. Like the mechanic hands. I've seen
Yeah,
like the old man hands, they can like unscrew a screw with their finger. They're like, oh, I can unscrew that. It's like, oh my God. What are you doing
tough
with
hands.
your hands, dude? That's
That's
like
tough.
50 years of whooping ass.
That's what it sounds like. It's a serious heavy bag
Hmm.
hanging on to the back of the dumpster truck or the garbage truck, I should say. You know, dumping trash. Yeah, I can see that.
So that wouldn't distract you at all. Because I know some men that have like hand fetishes. They want their woman to have pretty hands. I've had guys that, have said, oh, do you paint your nails? Do you keep your hands done? Because a lot of men love a woman that has feminine hands. So that's a question. I'm like, hold on. That's a good question. You know?
It is. It is. It is. It's hilarious. Um, but no, I mean, two of the if this is reference like a construction guy, it's like okay, construction. To me, it would be something that's just not right about it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
If
Uh-huh.
it's a little rough or whatever, or she got to do this hand, but they're not, they don't look crazy. But if it looks like her hands completely don't match anything else on her body,
Uh-huh.
what
But
are you doing? Like
I
you
got
know,
it. But would that be the determining factor if you build a relationship with her or not? That's the question. Could you overlook it and say, okay, well, yeah, your hands are a little rough. It look like they've been, they be getting smashed with a hammer for 35 years. But, you know, do you ask her to wear gloves when you guys are being intimate? Because if she's like rubbing your back, then her hands are like scratching your back up.
I mean, yeah, it limits what we could do, and some of the things we do,
Uh-huh.
But I mean, if you're talking about everything else, that she matches physically, her personality is everything like that. It's still a really tough decision because
Hmm.
if you're talking about really rough, that's tough. It's tough because her hands wouldn't match anything else,
Hmm.
and I would really want to know what are you doing with your hands? Your feet are beautiful, but your hands are rough.
I know, I know, I know.
What are you doing?
That's a really, yeah, that's a doozy. I could imagine. That's a doozy.
Right. It is.
Yeah.
It
But I
is.
mean, you know, I guess men are more attracted to the spirit of a woman, the energy the woman gives off or the little thing she does, you know what I mean? However, I don't think a man should ever decide to rape a woman because she owes him money. I mean, have you heard about the Mystical case?
That was the only person that I could think of when you said that came to my mind. I couldn't think
Hmm.
of no one else. What you talking about? Mystical?
Mystical, like again, he said it. It's like, are you serious, dude? Are you serious? Again, you know?
It's sad.
And the thing is, okay, so back I think 2002, he was convicted of rape. Excuse me, grape. Um, and he did 6 years for that. You know what I mean? From my understanding, some girl owed him some money, or she was his manager, and she took some money in his account unauthorized. So he forced her to
it was his hairstylist.
oh, it's hairstyle. Okay, okay.
Yeah, it was his hairstylist that he got entangled with
Ah,
back
okay.
then. And he was lucky to get off with the time that he got back then. To be honest.
6 years, yeah. Yeah. So in this case, from my understanding, uh the girl was in his house and I think she owed him money, and he took her car keys. He forced her to pray out the bad things in her because she had bad energy or bad something was bad about her, and he forced her to pray and pray the demons out of her, and then he commenced to ripping her braids out of her hair and taking her.
Are you talking about the 2023?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so that one was supposedly, I don't know if we getting mixed understandings, but
Okay.
that one was supposed to be his baby mom, from my
Oh,
understanding. And
okay.
she came over because she wanted $1,000 to go towards his child support or something like that.
Oh,
Something they
okay.
had going on. So she came there to, I guess, talk about the money.
Uh-huh.
And then she said that he went into the bathroom. He came out. He wasn't the same. And then everything else proceeded. It was like a switch uh, hit when he left, and he went to the bathroom, excused himself after they got into a back and forth. He excused himself, came back completely different, really aggressive, and apparently that's where um, force was used, in an assault.
Oh,
So
wow.
um, yeah, it's sad, it's crazy, and it's sadder because apparently at the court she said that that she thinks that he'll do it again, judging by his interactions with women throughout, his time in entertainment. I
Mm-hmm.
have no reason to doubt that.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly liked him before discovering some of these things about him.
Hmm.
I was actually was a fan of his,
Okay.
and but right now I feel like men like that should definitely be off the streets. I definitely don't want them around my daughters.
Of course. And the
So
sad thing is, I was reading about it a little about it earlier. He's a 55-year-old man. 55. And he's already approaching senior citizenship. And I couldn't imagine him getting out, you know what I mean, at 75 years old. You know, I don't think any amount of coochie is worth spending his elderly years in prison. You know what I mean? He's a talented man. He had the world in his hands to a certain degree. You know what I mean? He's a family, he's an icon. Everyone knows Mystical. A lot of people like his music. They consider him a very good talent. You know what I mean? Um,
very unique.
very unique. I just couldn't imagine what was going through his mind. I don't understand it. You know, if he wanted a woman, I'm sure he had access to women he could have been with. You know what I mean? So it seems like he's only happy if he's taking something from a woman. It's like the power. He exerts power and control to take a woman in that manner. And that is what he's addicted to, it seems like.
And he's using those circumstances, like over $1,000 for child support or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the 2000 whatever happened to his hairstyles, as justification for his actions. That
Mm-hmm.
because he can justify it in those ways, and it's okay to do. It was something that happened with the last people. He was in court.
Mm-hmm.
He said over her. He said, "If I did that, I deserve every day of the sentence that is handed down to me."
Mm-hmm.
you know. And it sounded like he was taking ownership for it. But it also sounded like he clearly wasn't in his right state of mind when it happened and maybe foggy about, what he did.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like, more so in his, more conscious mind, he feels bad and regrets what he did. But it may be a side of him that is a complete monster.
Yeah. Like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of character, it seems.
Right, right. You listen to his music and the things he says, and then you listen to how he talks. Like he talks, ordinary, regular. But when he's in the studio, he's making these songs. It's a bit more, like bit more
Mm-hmm.
aggressive, raw type
Mm-hmm.
um, music that he makes. So it kind of coincides with that. But when I hear stuff like that, it makes me, automatically think is that maybe he may have a mental health issue.
Mental health. Hmm. Okay.
You know,
Hmm.
it could be.
Could be.
He may be dealing with personality issues. It could be.
Could be. I got you.
Because some of the stuff that he does, it's like it's not like a regular, normal, functioning, healthy person would be able to rationalize doing those. I mean, it seems like a part of him rationalized what he did.
Yeah, because it seems like he uses grape as a form of punishment. You know, it's
Right.
like, oh, you violated me, you betrayed me, you asked for money, you did this thing. Now you must pay, and I must scrape you. You know what I mean? Like that alone is insane. That is insane
Yes.
ideology, and I don't know how he got that way. I know he was in the military at one point when in his youth. He was in the military. Um,
Yeah.
I'll say this much. When I was in high school, I was in the JROTC, and I thought about starting a military career because as you and I discussed the previous episode, I have grandparents, great grandfathers that were in the military. So I come from like a line of military men in my family. And I'm like, I was with these children and these they were army brat children, and they were the most ill behaved children I have ever witnessed. It was like night and day. We was in the regular classes, and then at the end of the day, I would go to our military classes, and they would be throwing spitballs and hitting each other, and giving people jammies. It was like stuff you would see on TV. And we have the perception that the army is the most disciplined, sect of our military, but these children were raw. You know what I mean? They were wild. Kids going wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And you would think so. Um, you know, I think he was in the military too at a different time. I don't know if they operate and train in the same ways they used to.
Mhm.
Um,
It's a lot
back
of
in
stuff.
so many different. Yeah.
Actually, it's a large percentage of women in the military that are great and they don't report it. They just deal with it because
Right.
they have to deal with so many repercussions from the drill sergeants and the colonels and you know what I mean? The chains of
Right.
command are upset when they report they were great. So a lot of women just deal with it. It's like the culture of the army in particular, you know what I mean? Um, yeah. So that was another aspect of why I couldn't actually join the military when I was younger. I was like, I can't do this. And I'm a rebel, okay? I'm kind of a rebel. I couldn't imagine somebody telling me, yeah, wake up in this time in the AM, make your bed. Say, call me sir. You know what I mean? It's like, no.
Right.
I'm going to get kicked out in
Do
the
you,
first 3 days.
in his situation, I have a question. I don't know, but I wanted to know if do you know if he actually saw any active combat,
I don't
or was it
know.
like?
That's a good question because, it's sad to say, but a lot of times when they're serving combat, they do horrible things to the women in the countries they're
Yes,
serving.
yes, yes,
That
and they're
kind of goes with
desensitized to
it.
a lot of
Yeah,
things. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
gonna let me see Mystical. I don't know
yeah.
if he served like in combat. That's a very good
Because yeah,
question.
like they would be desensitized to a lot of things. I hear from like PTSD and CTE and those type
Mhm.
of things affect a lot of people with that. They've seen some things in that time.
Mm,
They come back and it kind of starts to haunt them when they come back.
yeah. I hear a lot of, in particular, Army, because, like I said, my ancestors, my forefathers, they were in the Navy, so that's a more chill branch. But the Army, they're like the raw, you know what I'm saying? They're like the woo-ha, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? So,
Right,
um, I don't know if, like you said, it's a part of the culture. I hear they did horrible things to the people in Afghanistan and Iraq when they went, you know, in the Gulf Wars, and I'm just like so sad. You know what I mean? Let me see. think they say he served in the military. I'm trying to. He joined the army as a combat engineer.
Mm.
Yeah, they say he served in the Gulf War. So,
And while I can sit over here and I can say, well, he could have seen some things
mhm.
that kind of like disrupted his circuits a little bit. At the same time, I can argue the fact that as a military personnel, he should have definitely known better.
He should have known better. But see, what people don't understand, if you are sanctioned by your government to do these atrocious things to civilians, you're sanctioned by the government, one of the most powerful governments in the world, the U.S. military, to go to another person's land, steal their resources, and wreak havoc on the civilians. A lot of times they can't turn it off when they get back. You see what I'm saying? It's like they're
Hmm.
authorized to murder innocent people because our government said, hey, go murder these innocent people. And they do it. That's their job. So when they get back to America, they're like, what's the difference? You know what I mean? They can't really blur their lines. Well, I killed innocent people in a different country for my government, so I could come back to America and kill innocent people. What's the difference? A lot of times, a lot of people don't know this, but the biggest, you look at the history, you study the most serial killers, a lot of serial killers actually have a military or army background. You know, a lot of people don't know that.
But and that's probably why it contributes to them like being able to be efficient, like get away with it for at least a little bit of time,
Uh
and
huh.
not get caught the first time
Uh huh.
because they understand a little bit.
Exactly. Because
Yeah,
imagine how society would react if we understood that majority of serial killers have a military background. That would be pretty scary.
it is.
Now,
Scary thing.
and now, don't get me wrong. Don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I support my government. I support my military, but that is also a shadow side of you know of things that can happen. You know what I'm saying? When a person's psyche breaks from being in the military, that psyche can break from seeing violence, seeing gore, seeing people be raped and so on and so forth. You know what I
Right.
mean? So some people, it fractures that psyche and they come back to society. They don't know how to function. They're like, what's the difference? You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, but I mean that though, I think that kind of that's why I think the law categorizes it different.
Mm,
Sex crimes,
mm,
you know what I mean? It's not like he did something. No, he's targeted with.
yeah, yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? And these things are something that probably would have been built up from. It seems like that he would want to do. His baby mom, they apparently wasn't together in that way for quite
mm,
some time.
mm,
And his mentality probably was like, yo, if you get $1,000 from me, then I'm going to get something from you. And then he probably felt a sense of entitlement because there's some other kids.
yeah,
It's a lot of either way. When I sit over and I think about it, and like I said before, I found out he was kind of a freak. That I was a fan of his music coming up, when I was younger. But when I think about it now, his situation and 20 years, that sounds hard. That's pretty much a life sentence, especially in jail
yeah.
or prison.
Mm,
Um, I think about what if he would have did it to one of my daughters or one of the women in my lives that are important to me.
mm-hmm.
And when I think about it like that, I don't feel like 20 years was enough.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I mean, you are certainly right. Yeah. If
You know,
I were a dictator, cut off
I know,
after the
I
first
know,
time.
I know.
You know what I mean? Because castration would be the only solution, in my opinion. because I don't think people that impose sexual um, crimes can be rehabilitated. I just don't think they can. Do you think they could be rehabilitated?
I will honestly say you definitely pose a good question and a
Mm-hmm.
good point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Honestly, probably not
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they can learn skills to help them control and deal with their urges. I
Um,
think they learn self control.
okay. Okay. Self
You
control.
know,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think they learn self control.
Mm-hmm.
And and deal with it that way. There's communities like there's a community in Florida for nothing but sex offenders and like you know
Mm-hmm.
for adults and underage people as well.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a community of them that sit around. And there's actually an interview on the internet, and they're talking to the people who live in there, released from prison. Once they're released from prison, they're released to
Okay.
a community where they can be amongst each other.
Okay.
And they still they're honest. They got their freedom. They did their time, and so you can't really do anything to them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're honest,
Mm-hmm.
and during these interviews that no, like they feel like what they did was okay, and they're still attracted to the person that they offended,
Wow.
whether it be adult or a child.
Wow.
They confess their interest, their sexual interest still about their victims. And say that there's, they basically said that I can't help it. I can't just turn it off. You know what I mean? I know it's a crime, so I'm not going to act on it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
how I feel is how I feel.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But at least they put them in a community amongst each other
Mm-hmm.
that they can, they can be safe from other people who despise those acts, and they can be safe from the people that want to impose their own form of justice.
Yeah. But the nuance in that though is that if they have female predators out there, they can make more victims because she can birth. You know what I mean? More victims for the ones that are attracted to underage people. So that is something they also have to address because women can be just as much of what I'm saying, a victim or a perpetrator, you know what I mean, of those
Right,
same crimes. So it's not to
right.
deal with gender in that case. I think, like I said, the males that are found guilty, and we say found guilty, I mean it's no shadow of a doubt, no question that this person
Yes, they were convicted.
raped a woman. No question he raped this woman, and there's no question he raped an underage person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he should be castrated off the rip, and I feel like the women should be sterilized. The women who, do inappropriate things with children should be sterilized. You know what I mean? Because a woman
Just so
can't.
you know,
Go ahead.
oh no, I just wanted to just touch on one point because this like this. There's, I don't know if you noticed, but they're actually practicing in some states in this country.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I wanna say like Louisiana is actually a state
Uh huh.
that practices castration
Oh,
for
wow.
sex offenses.
That should be a federal law.
Yeah, that would go for every state.
Yeah.
But right now,
Okay.
there's a state that does that, and then there's a state that's trying to, if I'm not mistaken, trying to implement that. Now, this is where I disagree a little bit. Implement that for child support purposes. That's where it gets controversial.
Sterilization? Oh no,
Yes,
I don't agree with that part.
yes, because if they're saying that you're having multiple children and you're just racking a debt in child support from and then you just impregnated a bunch of different women. So their stance is it's like within a certain limit they're trying to I guess set the barriers for that, but within certain barriers, yeah,
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 that one I don't I don't think it's fair because a woman is also consensual if she